that now. There we go.
As you Trinity sleep. Yeah.
I remember that. He looks so funny with that.
I go to the rat. Hey, look, Tori, it's you.
Can't see.
It's called Cutie Pie.
Oh.
That's her name in my game.
So weird. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Kurama.
I'll have said that correctly.
I'm just glad Lily said it correctly that time.
Wanted to say it
She
the
was
right
saying
way.
Kuruma. That's Kuram.
Such a dumb backpack. Like it couldn't have been the spider thingies?
I know. That's what somebody else was saying, that it should have been the spider pieces in that. Should have stopped.
Oh, she's wearing the necklace. The one he gave her?
Okay. Second.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out what next option
Does she wear that outfit at all in the movie?
I don't think so. And I don't think she'd wear something that says good vibes. Especially
Or the-
since
or
she
Diane.
apparently...
She has the banana,
Yeah.
Healy, and
Looks like there's something on her shoe. And it's only not shoe.
You guys know who's playing Craven in the Sony movie? The guy who played Pietro in MCU. So Lily's gonna be able to see Quicksilver again.
Yeah.
Except it'll be Craven Hunter.
Wait. Is it the MCU or the Fox?
So,
Nope. Peter or Petro?
MCU one will be Craven Hunter for Sony.
They're incorporating the Sony and the MCU. It's going to be the same actor.
Yeah.
I guess the other one's already in the MCU too, anyway. Yes, this is Night Talk number 14.
Hey, you guys can look at all my logo. That's what cool names. What's that?
Alright, Alex, I heard you say something before you started. This, outfit.
His suit is just his suit, inside out. Yeah. So dumb.
Yeah.
Really dumb.
Yeah, so what I watched didn't have, I guess, there was a personal scene.
It's like, really?
was like, when did he make a new suit? This is so weird. And then there was some other moments where I was like, oh, that explains why that kind of blah, blah, blah. So I'm guessing, you know, the long term theater, camera, whatever. But we paid to see it now. So I'll go there. And yeah, what do you guys think? 1 to 10. 10? You think it's a perfect movie, nothing wrong with it. Really?
The sad parts.
No, but
It really made
There's
you
some
have
flaws.
some feels.
I put spoilers all across the TV. You can save everything. 9 out of 10.
I'd give it a 7.
7?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was great, but not perfect.
Don't get me wrong, I liked it.
Maybe something
Seven's
wrong
not
with it.
bad.
7's not bad, it's above mid.
That's a C.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like C. C could B.
What? Okay, what was wrong with it?
Well, the beginning did have some juvenile acting.
Right.
I'll give you that.
I agree.
From earlier, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
Before Night Talks. Sorry, Night Talks.
Regret.
The way that the two, I keep wanting to say two toads, but two other Peters were introduced. It was very silly.
I was fine with it.
I didn't really like it. I don't know.
You're talking about the fact that Ned was able to do it, or the way they talked?
The way the dialogue. It just kind of felt like more of the juvenile acting.
Oh, really? I don't know. I felt like the 3 Peters were the best actors in the movie because I
Really?
Willem Dafoe.
I felt like Willem Dafoe was number 1,
Oh yeah, but
and then the 3 Peters, their interactions felt really, really forced.
I feel like it got worse as it went. But like at first, it felt really good. And, yes, love it.
Ned's grandma was
A little bit. There was too much shoot. But I will say this: when they're giving Peter his like, hey, we've had our uncles die as well, and he said, you know, before she died, she said with great power, and then Toby says with great responsibility, and he's like, how'd you know? And then Andrew says, Uncle Ben said the same thing. I was really hoping they weren't going to make a joke, and they didn't, because Uncle Ben does not say that in the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. He more goes, you have moral obligation to do those things. That's just that whole fucking long thing. He doesn't actually say with great power comes great responsibility. So I think there was a chance for them to make a dumb joke, like, well, he said something similar to his own line, and, you know, a dumb joke, but he didn't. It was all, like, heartfelt, and it was, like, yes, so.
I think it's weird how Toby was like, oh, I lost Ben. And then Andrew was just like, I lost one. Oh, he also lost Ben.
Yeah, but
You
Gwen
usually
was,
lost Ben.
but Gwen was more recent. So I think that's why you want that. But the audience is a little annoying. Ours at least.
When the Harry Potter thing, someone was like, ew, it's Harry Potter the Dead. Go
Oh, the kids next to me. Well, one, they kicked my seat. The one directly next to me kicked my seat 19 times. I know because I was counting. And I leaned in. I was like, "Hey, can you stop kicking my seat?" He's like, what? I was like, oh. And he like threw his legs to the other side, like he was completely avoiding my foot. But it was just like, I don't know. And the kid next to him kept trying to explain things, but neither one of them knew enough. So like, you know, it cut to Matt Murdock, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool! You know, it's actually Daredevil from the show." And the guy leans in and goes, "Oh, okay." And then it cuts to, you know, Peter's like, oh, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna reverse this. And then he walks up to the sanctum. And the other guy goes, Mysterio was there. Okay. It was annoying, honestly. And they were talking about, during the trailer, that's why the Dumbledore movie, they're like, how are they gonna do this movie? There's no Harry Potter. Third one.
What bothers me about the Harry Potter movie is they go to the remote requirement. Dumbledore doesn't know that exists. Because in book 4, Harry overhears him talking about how one time he was looking for a bathroom and all of a sudden he found a really nice bathroom and he has to find it since. So he doesn't know about the existence of the room of requirement, but in that movie, which is set in the past, he's using it like the room of requirement.
Maybe at the end he'll lose his memory or something?
No.
My
They're
bigger
just-
issue is
They're just retconning stupid shit.
Jack Sparrow. Yeah, no, I don't. Jack Sparrow's not. So,
Yeah, because of Amber Heard.
so I'm already.
Boycott Aquaman.
That's right. First
Yeah.
one is-
There's a second.
This is gonna be the second. Yeah, see, like Aquaman, that was like a 6 or a 7 in my books. You could call this a 7, which is so low.
Aquaman's a 0 for me because I haven't even seen
I don't
it.
want to.
Exactly.
Nothing
It's
sucks.
a nothingness to me.
I'm annoyed that the Rhino wasn't in the movie too, because then it would have been the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Instead of we got 5 and we're missing 1, and they easily could have brought in the Rhino.
Or at least
Oh,
use
what's
Venom
the
since
movie
he already paid for him to be in it.
But they didn't pay him much, and there's a little bit, and now we're gonna get like an actual Venom. Those movies suck. They're so fucking bad. They're not them. Yes, them.
Wouldn't it be cool if they brought in Ghost Ring Goblin?
No.
It would have been interesting, but
I didn't like the one from Amazing Spider-Man.
I don't
Lily
know.
hasn't watched anything Spider-Man 2.
Oh, it was Harry.
He did not look as cool as he thought he looked.
And him and Peter weren't actually friends.
No, they're best friends
It
for
was
life.
just retcon.
They've been best friends forever, I swear.
Yeah.
Alright, this movie. Willem Dafoe, fantastic. 100%. He did so well.
I'm gonna miss her because she was one of my favorite studio villains. That was crap.
They set it up for her to be the Uncle Ben sad story.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really well done because we kind of skipped over it, you know.
Does Peter lose an Uncle Ben or not?
I thought he did.
I guess not, because he could have been like,
I lost
Yeah,
my Uncle Ben,
but-
and now I've lost her too.
yeah, anything. He could have said anything on this. So maybe he just doesn't exist. It's just
I think
whatever.
her parents were-
Yeah, they've never explained it, because they don't have to. I don't really care. So we've seen the origin story so many times. He finally got his good-looking suit. At the end of that, holy
How many
shit.
suits did he wear in this movie?
In
Four.
this one,
I think
technically
he
4,
wore
but one of them was
iron.
inside out.
The iron one over the.
Just
Yeah,
one chest
his,
plate.
his
Because remember, he
red
lost
and
it.
black one, Doc Ock put the stuff back on him and it formed over it. Yeah, he was using it for the rest of the movie.
I thought it was really funny that Andrew Garfield, like, pretty much immediately takes off his mask, because that's what he does in, like, both those movies. He just doesn't care about his identity, apparently. And then, you know, the Toby was just very secretive of it. Gigantic ears is just like, you know, I don't go around just telling
Hey.
everybody my identity.
I think it was funny how I don't know if it was the first or second, but in one of the Spider-Man with Tobey, I think it was the second. 'Cause
Thank you. Tell us even.
they were like, he saved the subway, and then they all just like,
Spider-Man 2.
yeah.
Because Doc Ock then comes and grabs him.
Yeah. Constipation.
There's an edit where his arms and stuff get ripped off and he just dies.
I've seen
And it's a street shot of that.
And then I think it was funny in the first Amazing one when he's fighting all the people, but he's not trying to be fighting them.
No, the Amazing Spider-Man 1, they made him like a villain. So
And
yeah, they did.
They didn't make him a villain, they just made him douchey.
But like, he's just such an asshole, and he's like not even stopping criminals. He's just like, oh, you're not the one who killed him. Bye. He
just stop them.
became
He just let
Spider-Man
them up and then left.
for
He didn't kill them.
revenge. I don't like it.
I mean, Toby went after the guy.
Right, but he was already.
He was a wrestler. He wasn't really doing anything.
Yeah. But then more so the second movie is when he's not a villain, but he's just a terrible hero.
I don't like
Bonesaw is ready.
That's from the first Spider-Man. The wrestler guy, he wrestles in a cage.
that.
You don't remember it?
In the first movie, he drew it, and then he ended up wearing something else for the wrestling match. That looked really bad.
I don't remember. I haven't seen the
Yeah,
movie in years.
because he sucked at making stuff, and then somehow
Was
makes
able
a
to
nice
make it.
one.
Grieving goes in weird things to do. No, but Amazing Spider-Man 2, he totally could have stopped the Rhino like immediately, and instead it's just joking around. Back, and the Rhino just keeps driving the car, the truck, through all these other cars, and you know, so many people and property and everything's getting damaged, and people died. He's just terrible.
I gotta make it different.
one.
Ooh, what?
Andrew
Zach
Garfield
really doesn't like Andrew Garfield.
Oh.
See, it was- I liked him in this movie.
I don't blame Andrew Garfield for that.
No. I'm not. I'm just so we know which one I'm talking about. It's Andrew.
Also, Tobey Maguire telling him how amazing he is, I was like, alright,
That was funny.
alright. Once was enough.
Him cracking his back was funny.
That stuff to me was funny because they're like making fun of how old they are. You know?
I mean, Andrew didn't look that old. He just had like a bit of face.
Toby
hair.
looked old.
And his ears looked like they just dumboed out. You know what I'm saying?
Go rewatch the first 3 movies he's in as Spider-Man. His ears have been that big.
Yeah, but the hair, more hair, makes it less noticeable.
Probably losing his hair.
I know. Hey, I'm so glad they agreed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they wouldn't do it.
So I'm now thinking, a lot of people want Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine. What if instead he's just another Wolverine? I think they might do that. So that way he gets his little cameo, and then we get somebody else. I would like that. I guess.
I really thought that when the lizard was falling out, that it was Wolverine. I was like, what?
No, but I do think
That
it was
wouldn't
really
make
cool.
sense.
Yeah, but I wanted it to happen, so my mind was like, yeah, it can happen.
Wolverine was coming out of the sewers and have to do the truck was and into the truck. And you, oh no,
He breaks out of the truck and it like hands into the truck and the lizard's just cut up and dead.
Oh,
Lily's like, yay!
No, but I think it's really cool how they have Marvel movie with so many other Marvel characters besides just the one. You know, they do it quite a lot, but this one was like so much Doctor Strange. It's really cool because it was kind of like, I don't know, maybe a third-ish Doctor Strange-ish movie. You know what I mean? If you're a big fan of Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, he's very much in it.
I
Kind of like how the
fight.
Hulk was in Thor 3.
Yeah.
And even having a little bit,
Spider-Man 3, 4, 3.
yeah, right. The Daredevil and Captain America 3.
Oh shit, yeah.
Daredevil having the little cameo was pretty cool. And he's
Well,
blind, Lily.
Why was he in this movie?
Huh?
Why
He's
was-
always the shows are a part of the movies, but they never really mention the show.
The shows
Now.
are MCU,
All of them?
which we're supposed to be getting some people from
Yes,
those in Hawkeye.
yes. Not only that, I saw something else. You ever watch that tonight? See? No. I don't know if we're going to do it tomorrow. We'll see.
We should probably do that
What?
because Zach and Kirsten have plans. Watch Hawkeye.
I like the villains for the most part. Electro is a little annoying.
He reminded me so much of Killmonger.
Yeah,
Like just the way he spoke.
yeah. Attitude a bit. Doc Ock was a bit like, I don't know, he had so many speaking roles. I don't really remember the second Spider-Man movie, but did he talk a lot in that too?
Not really, because it's mostly the other one talking.
The Green Goblin was the best. He was so good. And he was like the main villain. And it was kind of weird how Sandman wanted the box towards the end. Truly.
Because he just wanted to go home.
He wanted to go home. Electro wanted to destroy the box and make sure none of them go home.
Yeah.
And
I wonder what would
what
have
was
happened.
the third one? The lizard was the other one
Yeah,
from that?
Kurt Connor.
I don't know what the fuck he wanted.
I was
But
gonna say, I don't think he cared.
my point is,
He
those
probably
two,
wanted to destroy the box.
those two had different goals.
Yeah,
and they
so
were
if they
fighting
did get the box,
together.
they would probably fight.
No, but it was
But what
weird.
should have happened is Sandman should have, fought Electro.
It was kind of like the Sandman jumped into the already Electro fight, and Sandman was just trying to get the box. So it was like, he doesn't really care about anyone that's there, he's trying to get the box. But then it was like, he's side by side with Electro and the Lizard, while the 3 Spider-Man are side by side. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
It's
they had to
like,
get that shot.
yeah. And I think that's all it really was, but like, me as, like, I know Sandman just wants to go home, and Electro does not want to go home. It's really weird to see. And we already talked about this when we left the theater, but we didn't even get it on. No. With Doc Ock, it kind of appears as though he could be evil, and I didn't think he was, but it is possible. The way Electro knocked him out the window, and with electricity and the chip, it could have fried it, and he could have been evil, and they could have had to reverse it again. But Alex is saying, no, he didn't think it for a second, and I think it was kind of cool that like he could have been, but he wasn't.
I was wondering where he
The
was.
good guy. Yeah, it's kind of strange how everyone just kind of disappeared from that building, and then all come at the Liberty Tower, the Statue of Liberty, at the same time. It was kind of a little too convenient.
Well, that's how they written the script.
Yeah. Well, I know they got to do their job and follow the script, but I think it's why the lizard came out of like harder than anyone else. I mean, how else would he get there? I guess.
So I wasn't. No, it was the time. You can see the lizard getting like.
Yeah, it was either Andrew or Toby kicking him in the face.
Because they like. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of memes where it was like John Cena saying, "That's right, that was me. I hit the lizard."
I think it would have been really interesting if they introduced the fourth Spider-Man. There's this guy down here. But seriously, they could have done something like that. Or, like, casted Miles Morales.
Yeah.
And just be like, hey, it's the Spider-Verse guy.
You see the Sonic movie?
What's wrong with the Sonic?
No, I'm saying like they have the CGI with the live action.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. They could have just had an actor play it and say he's the same guy.
You'd be very confused because he's not in the movie.
We already have Miles Morales' uncle in the MCU, so Miles Morales will probably be in the MCU. Yeah, he's the
But
Prowler.
that doesn't mean
yeah.
there's not other ones out there. So, you know, we could have had that one come in and then still have another one later and have a new one sort of thing. Blah, blah, blah.
So I only heard Alexis say that like he wanted him now. No.
Black Spider-Man. Black Spider-Man.
Is that all he said?
That's what he was talking about.
He was
Other
saying
people were
so.
talking
So
about
he was saying that he knows that Peter Parker, Spider-Man, is from we say Queens, because Brooklyn is Captain America. He knows he's from Queens, and he said based on his clothes and how he saves people, blah blah. You assumed that he was poor. You assumed that he was black, and that has to do with Stan Lee when he was making the character. He really liked, and he did accidentally, that he covered all of Peter Parker completely. That anybody could be under the costume, and that's what inspired the Spider-Verse movie. That they're like, hey, why don't we just get a bunch of them, put them all in one movie? And towards the end of the credits, there was something that said inspired by someone's name, like Aveen something, who gave the idea for No Way Home, and I wonder if that had something to do with like Spider-Verse, because there was 3 Spider-Man. But we had been talking about this for years, that it could be possible that they're all going to be in it, and a lot of people were like, no, it's not going to happen. A lot of people were like, yeah, it's definitely going to happen. I think it's really cool that it did happen. Because somebody said that it was like Spider-Man Endgame, and I agree, and I really enjoyed it. That game was like an 8 out of 10. But it was like, it felt so much slower.
The movie seemed really fun. You guys said that was
Yeah, well, the first time I watched it, I agree, but the second time watching it, it felt a lot slower, and it took a lot longer to get to that.
It's usually
Really?
the other way around when you rewatch it, when it goes faster.
Did you rewatch it, Lily?
Yeah, maybe when you rewatch it, it would be,
Story!
even faster than that. No, but I think the movie starts getting really good when he's trying to fix something in the apartment. I think from there, that's when the movie gets really good.
I like the Doctor.
Yeah, it's okay.
I love
I just
that
feel like-
Tobey Maguire was just like walking around Central Park, just taking pictures, taking selfies with people, telling them to go watch the movie he's in. And then Andrew Garfield's like, no, we're not in the movie. Yeah. Tobey Maguire's like, yeah, we're totally, we'll go see it.
Honestly,
I'm surprised Tom Holland didn't spoil it.
something at the beginning of the movie.
Mhm. And he doesn't do it on purpose, mostly.
No, I think when he does it, it's like he's scripted to do it.
I feel like at first it was an accident, but now they're like, oh, we'll get a lot of attention. Oh, Tom Holland fucked up again, There was something towards the beginning of the movie that hinted that either the villains were going to be in the movie or the heroes. And it was like, we already knew that, pretty much. I think it was the villains, because we already knew from the trailers that they were going to be in it. But it just got me thinking, like, what if they had not put out intros like that, or they just kind of like advertised it as a... Originally, they wanted to pretend the villains were not going to be in the movie at all. So what if originally the trailer was going to be Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange, and it was like, what? Why? Go see the movie. But I guess they decided to like, hey, people really want to see this thing. Show the old villains, and they still kept the secret for the most part of Spider-Man. But I think it would have been crazy watching that movie, not knowing all the cameos.
The James Jameson, was that the one from the other movie?
Yeah, I don't like him as much in this.
J. Jonah James.
And that's just weird. I'm guessing it's the MCU version, right? Yeah. Because it just
Is that different?
how would he have gotten there before? But
That's why I thought it already happened because we saw Daredevil. I was like, is the multiverse already messed up? Didn't happen.
No, Daredevil's part of it.
he was
I
already
didn't
part.
know that.
It's just weird that like, oh, those are different Peters. They look different. That's Jonah Jameson. It looks exactly like the other one based on the face.
It was funny. I feel like Ned was really annoying though.
I feel like both of the supporting cast were really annoying until like the end. Like they couldn't fucking act, and then at the end they're like, oh wait, oh now I remember how to be a person.
Okay, buddy.
Oh, I'm curious who the original Sinister Six are. Like, did we almost get it? 'Cause I know the cartoon, but I don't know the comic-wise. Because the original Avengers are not the original Avengers from the movie Avengers.
I wonder if the original Guardian did
No, definitely not. Okay, the first Sinister Six were the Vulture, Doc Ock, Mysterio, Sandman, Electro, and I think that's Hobgoblin. Unless this is not the original. Hold on, that might be it. I think that was something else. It would have been so cool if they just did the fucking Sinister Six. No, let's just do 5. You almost had it! And it's very tough for them to have multiple villains in a movie. If you look at Spider-Man 3, they did a pretty shitty job. Look at Amazing Spider-Man 2, they did a pretty shitty job. That was great. They had 5 in this one, and it was almost great. Huh?
I said those are both ones that I'll
Yeah.
probably watch Spider-Man 3, but
We can do it.
There's 8? Oh, it's because it's a bigger TV. No. Remember what
Founding members: Doc Ock, Elektra, Kraven, Mysterio, Sandman, and Vulture. Those were the originals.
I don't remember what
Yeah, I don't know if Mysterio's actually dead or not.
I didn't touch him. Can we watch it?
Because he's a Spider-Man villain.
I didn't know that.
That's not good, really. You watch the Spectacular Spider-Man
You
show.
didn't get to that.
What happened?
I swear you watched it.
I know rewatching it we didn't. We got more than show and I watched season 2. Okay, so we had a Doc Ock from the Raimi universe. We had Electro from Amazing. Kraven doesn't exist yet, but apparently he's in Sony movies. Mysterio is apparently dead. Sandman from the Raimi, and Vulture is in James. I think I broke it. Yes.
I think Spider-Man has the most like different, you know, like made movies, shows.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man's one of the most popular superheroes. Period. It's like Spider-Man, Superman, and Batman are the top 3, I think.
Also, I thought it was funny when they were in the lab and he was like, Peter, and not that part was funny, but I thought of like a meme that you can make.
They didn't
Okay.
do the meme.
I know. I thought they were going to, because at one point they were both doing like this or something.
Yeah, they kind of did it with two of them.
Yeah. But anyway, if you did Peter Quill, Peter Parker, Peter Maximoff, and they're all like, everything. Like, which Peter?
Yeah, like the different Chris's,
Yeah.
MCU actors.
I think there's an SNL going.
I think it's really cool how, even though, you know, the other Spider-Man movies aren't perfect, obviously, they're not 10 in any fashion. They were still incorporated into the MCU, which I think the MCU, for the most part, is a higher caliber series than superhero stuff. So it's really cool that they took it from their stuff, which was very good, especially the Amazing. I haven't
Because
rewatched.
then they actually get good effects. Because I really didn't like Spider-Man. Because
Yeah, I noticed the
At
lizard
one
looked pretty
point-
different.
it's a skeleton. Yeah, I noticed that too.
Also, what was kind of strange is Sandman, you wouldn't know. But Sandman turns human and looks human. He only does the sand thing when he needs to attack. Kind of like, I guess, Gara-ish, but there's somebody else who's just like that. But he was Sand like the entire movie, and I think it's because of the actor? What's up with that actor? And then when he was turning back to be human at the end, it looked like it was just the reverse of when he turned into Sandman in the Spider-Man 3 movie. I don't know. I have to go watch both seasons again. But yeah.
What was that for? Oh, here's
Yeah.
Bell. Yeah.
Top 3 Spider-Man movies for sure. Spider-Verse is really, really good. I don't love Far From Home, and I don't even love Homecoming, so it's tough to pick between those two. But Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, I need to rewatch to have a better opinion, but they're not amazing. And then the Amazings,
I love you.
definitely not Amazings. I think that Andrew Garfield are the worst of all the Spider-Man stuff. But
I think him and Tom Holland are pretty much the same. And then Toby is just like,
what, the worst?
yeah, down there.
Andrew's a kind of annoying Peter. He's an okay Spider-Man, but also he's way too like, hey, I'm a human just like you. It's okay, dude. You gotta protect your
Oh,
identity.
that was so
Come on,
corny
man.
with the little kid, and he was
Yeah.
like, ow.
When MCU Peter is saving the woman on the bridge, I just feel like it was so avoidable, the entire situation. She couldn't like climb over the seats and get out the front door. The guy went out. Like she couldn't roll down the window, jump out the window. She couldn't. There's like so many things.
I also didn't like when MJ and Peter were swinging around.
Yeah, it was all just bad acting and just weird. And then they go home and they're all like, "Oh, let's just talk about other things."
I knew he wasn't gonna tell them.
It was just strange. And then like it didn't really have that bad of implications. Oh no, they can't get into college. That's it. That's what the other movie set up. That's kind of disappointing. But then this one ends with, you know, now no one knows.
Now
May's
everyone knows
dead.
him.
He's got a new suit. So it's like all new. It's kind of like when the X-Men movies rewrote.
It was so awkward. Like the conversation between them. It was like, oh, you're Band-Aid.
No, he felt bad because he was like, man, she got hurt because of me. So he was like, I'm just gonna not talk to them. But he said, I'll see you around. He did say that. So, you know, I'm sure she's gonna find
I
out.
thought Ned and MJ were together.
I thought, yeah,
I was
yeah, that's
afraid
what
that
they're
they were
gonna
going to do that. I was not excited.
Motherfucking, they said when the first Spider-Man Homecoming came out that she is not MJ. But she's like, so MJ now. Like, come on. It's just real funny.
No, she's not MJ.
He said that she's not gonna be Mary Jane. She's just a different character. And then the second movie, like, they're dating now. Whatever. They're both in love. Whatever. Yeah, she's
Who was
MJ
the
else now.
person from the first?
Liz Allen. Who? I
It's one of the. She was dating one of the football players, right?
And she
In
dates.
Spectacular?
She dates Peter in the second season.
I remember that.
But she's not the Vulture's daughter. But
I like the little kid who's
it was-
acting.
yes, Michael Keaton, fantastic. He's a great actor, all
I
right.
think that's
But
why
he was
like-
okay. You know what? Yeah. So Spider-Man: Homecoming has got to be great. I don't
Oh, I
like
love
Mysterio like
the
at all.
scene.
Mysterio's a
when Peter figures it out and then the light turns green. Like that's so cool.
You're talking about when Michael Keaton figures it out. The light turns green.
Yeah.
Symbols, yes.
It was
Yeah.
so cool.
He was threatening in the car. He wasn't even in costume. I didn't really love his outfit. It was way too techy, and I feel like a lot of MCU stuff is too techy over like, the old-fashioned spandex or whatever it needs to be. Like that was what really bugged me with the original Spider-Man: Homecoming MCU. The original MCU Spider-Man. I guess Captain America was pretty good. But then in Homecoming, he was just like, "Oh, I've got an AI in my suit."
In the beginning of the movie, it sounded like Tony was speaking through the suit. I was very confused. It was just like analyzing faces because he was looking for the girl.
Oh.
It kind of sounded like him. I was like, isn't that supposed to be
I thought it was I don't remember what I thought it was. I thought it was Neiman. I thought it was his whatever.
And then the second thing, why was the Statue of Liberty getting
A
Captain
shield?
America?
Yeah, I don't know.
That gave me like.
I was hoping it was gonna stay up there, and there's gonna be like some giant action fight in a future movie, and then like rip it off and use the shield like Captain America would do it. That's so cool.
No, instead they
Slip
fight
it
in it.
Slip it out. Yeah. That's interesting. And Toby got stabbed. I thought he was
Mhm. Which I don't know. But when I thought MJ was gonna die, because I knew Gwen Stacy died that way. I've seen the scene.
Oh my god, it's so sad that like Andrew like saved her and like, fuck, that's how you do it. Okay. I didn't do it right the first time.
I hated the people in like the front row. They were like, "Oh, you couldn't have done that 10 years ago."
I hate to say this, but we're just annoying. You were at the theater, at the
On
mall,
December
December 20th, with a 3:10 showing in the 7th theater.
fuck you. Front row.
and the row that we.
The kid. Did I already say that on the street?
19 times. No, because that was Canada. How else would you go?
Could be an estimation, but I was counting.
I thought.
It was 17,
the
and
way-
I told him, and then it was 20.
Okay, so the way you told it, I thought he hit it again, just to be messed up.
No.
I thought he said F and then hit it.
No, the complete opposite.
I thought he was like asking me questions because he thought like he watched it already. It was like,
No, but the kid next to him kept saying things just before it happened. So I knew he had seen it before.
but I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I know. I almost said something to the fucking kid. Like, hey, not everyone has seen this already. Like, fuck up. How's that? I don't remember what he had said, but he had said something just before I, and then I know he said something about May just before she died.
I thought we were fine. And he did that.
She seemed completely fine. The way she got hit, they could have just been like, oh, that's it. She stabbed, she died. And they made her get up and act all normal, and then like died. And it was like, what?
Probably like adrenaline and she was trying to act okay.
Yeah, it was just weird.
And then, as soon as she said, "With great power comes great," because I heard it coming when she started the lecture. I was just like, oh my.
Yep.
Like really?
I think it's really interesting that they did it that way.
And that's probably one of the saddest MCU deaths.
Oh yeah.
That.
That.
And then when we see Peter reacting to it, was kind of like, I didn't want to say it. Yeah.
Well, that could have been Jiraiya reacting to someone's death. Not that Naruto reacting to Jiraiya's death. Come on, who hasn't seen Naruto?
Just put spoilers for everything.
I put spoilers. I put spoilers at the beginning. Night Talk 14, Spider-Man No Way Home, spoilers. But yeah, no, I definitely think the same thing. All of them talk about their Uncle Ben dying and stuff, and Gwen dying. It was all very sad. There's a lot of sad
I
moments,
thought
but nothing
Mary
makes me
Jane
cry.
died in the third one.
No, god damn, I wish she died in the first one.
Oh my. I hate her. That's why I hate the Tobey Maguire one.
What?
She's annoying.
Mary Jane?
Oh, really?
The actress is annoying about it too. She said something about the other movies sucking because they're not in it.
I think she's
And
just,
then
you know,
when
spite
you're
because she
watching
wanted
it, Father was
Spider-Man.
like, she is from this,
Yes.
this.
But like all three Spider-Man movies are like the same. It's so weird. You guys kind of.
That's why I like that they had Andrew be different than Tobey Maguire.
I don't know too much about Doc Ock in the comics, but I know in the game and some other media that Doc Ock is like Peter's teacher, not teacher, but like they're working together, you know.
Yeah.
And so he knows him. Okay, fine, sure, got it. Green Goblin, he's his Harry's son, Harry's dad, and they're good friends. Okay, got it. So he knows him. Got it. Eddie Brock, he knows him because they have a rivalry, and that's what creates Venom hating Spider-Man. Got it. But why the fuck you gotta make Sandman the one who killed Uncle Ben? It's just like
He was?
that's what they retconned it, yeah, in the third movie. They said that in the pitch meeting.
I didn't
But like, it was just so dumb that.
They didn't want to upset them. That's why they didn't tell them
And
before.
then Toby
So why are they
didn't,
telling them now? They
Toby
want to upset
didn't
them, I
seem
guess.
upset by him at all. He was like, come on.
Because he forgive him at the end.
Yeah, because they haven't.
He explained that it was an accident and he didn't mean to.
So he accidentally.
Go watch Spider-Man 3. No, it doesn't make sense. No. He accidentally shot it. He was holding the gun and he got surprised and he accidentally
No,
shot it.
that's not.
He was
the part.
supposed to be the.
He stole the car.
He shot him.
They didn't
Watch
say
Spider-Man.
that.
You didn't watch Spider-Man 3. Because they retconned it. They decided, hey, hold on, we're going to introduce the Sandman. But get this. He's important to Peter. Why? Hey, and in this one, Mary Jane's going to get captured. Can you believe that?
I wanted them
Why?
to have even more like people come in that we didn't know to set up stuff.
I would have been cool with, like, other Spider-Man stuff for, like, a second.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, to
is there
introduce
gonna
other
be a
things.
fourth one?
What, Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Are
say
they
what I
gonna?
know. But I think you'll be surprised and happy with what I heard that I'm pretty sure is going to happen.
Because like they've never done 4 movies for like
Anyone?
yeah.
No, he'll probably just be in a bunch more projects. Though I think I also heard that there's going to be a Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6. So we'll see. I mean, Spider-Man's the most popular. Come on. So it would
I'm
be
fine
smart to
with
do
it.
it.
But
Yeah, me too. They do well. The Sony movies don't. But like, you know, the Venom and Venom 2 and Morbius is probably going to suck. I'm bummed about that. And you know who was in fucking
What's
Morbius? Did you see who was in Morbius?
What's Morbius?
It's a vampire guy in the Spider-Man.
Are you talking about the guy who plays Morbius?
No. Who
I
else
asked you.
was in the trailer? No, that was Jared Leto. That was him.
Who
So
was it? No, I remember I saw some.
Michael Keaton was in that.
Yes, and I
Because-
looked at you.
That means
Yeah.
in some way, I don't know how, because I was. Is Morbius going to be set in the MCU?
I
Because
was,
Venom is not. Venom is set in its own
But
universe, and that's why he
what
got
happens
taken.
in the second thing though?
What do you mean?
You said that in the second movie, it's like confirmed or something.
At the end
Right.
of Venom 2, he's at a. I don't remember where he is, but he gets sucked into an area where he's watching a TV and he sees Spider-Man. Because then it's shown that he was taken from his universe and thrown into the MCU. So that's why I was like, you guys should go watch Venom 1 and 2 because it's kind of important now. And then he's in it for like almost nothing. He's in a mid-credit trailer where he's drunk talking about what's going on into, and then that's it. He leaves. But he left behind a little piece of Venom, which could be good, but it also could be bad if we get like the same voice of Venom and the same acting of Venom. I hate fucking Venom. They're insulting. I was so excited when they were announced. I love Venom. Venom's like one of my favorite ones ever. Period. Anything, any media. Nah, those movies are so fucking garbage.
When Ned was trying to close the portal, I thought he had it on the wrong hand, and that's why it wasn't.
Why did they run through the portal to the danger of all the villains when you only had one villain? Just run the fucking go anywhere else in the school.
But all the Spider-Man.
You know that school. You know that school. Go hide somewhere, or open another portal when you run.
I didn't. I thought this is what I thought. When they were opening it, they were opening it to the other multiverse. But no, they were just opening it to the other theaters that were in.
Yeah, because I don't think Doctor Strange did. That must be something hard to do to go to other multiverses and stuff. So he
Yeah,
was
but
just.
that would have been so cool. They just open it up and they go to the other school that is in the Amazing one.
We didn't need that. I thought it was fine.
That'd be-
I thought it was. I was fine with how they introduced them, and yeah, the dialogue of after it was introduced, it felt a little over the top. I honestly, like, if I were to edit the movie, I would just cut out little bits of stuff here and there, and like reshoot the entire fucking beginning of the movie, and it would be awesome. There's a lot of jokes that like you didn't need, but it's an MCU movie, so.
Like he was trying to like be like Thor and.
Well, no, like the MCU movies, that's what they do now. They're all like, hey, let's just tell a ton of jokes. I mean, I think Avengers 1 was one of the worst ones. Started it, but it's like having too many jokes. But I think it did so well that people wanted to go see it because it was a TV movie. And then they're like, oh wow, that did well with all the quips, right? It's good forever now.
I forget that Avengers is my first one because that's the first one that I saw.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the first movies I saw in theaters.
I had mostly seen Iron Man, and that's it. And then we went to go see that, and Lily's was fucking terrified of the Hulk. She was so sad when he was on screen and running and chasing after Black Widow, and he was terrified, right? A little kid. We get out of the theater, we're all talking about our favorite characters, and we're like, Lily, who's your favorite? I like Hulk. What?
Now I don't.
Oh god, yeah, the actor's terrible. Mark Ruffalo.
But yeah.
Cool to see all the villains from different movies. Like, not only to get Spider-Man teaming up, like, we all kind of, expect that, but have the different villains was really cool. Because it could have been just MCU villains.
Yeah.
And we still can get the MCU versions. Like, I hope that, they don't just, alright, well, we checked off Green Goblin's done, we did Sandman. No, like, you gotta still go do that. Especially now that Peter's got his actual suit. Go to the comics. Go to the comics. The comics are great. Or just redo Spectacular Spider-Man. Because, realistically, Spectacular Spider-Man was canceled for season 3 because they were, the media license fee, blah, 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 was being, and they were like, don't worry, we're gonna do something like I said, and they did The Amazing Spider-Man, which fucking sucks in comparison. Like, so, if they redid all of Spectacular Spider-Man in movie format, I'd be fine with it. Some people might get annoyed at like, oh, it's the same thing, blah, 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 blah. But they can continue it. So, you don't have to get the same voice actors, probably, but you can keep the same story codes because it was really well introducing the villains and introducing they set Eddie Brock to make more sense in Peter's life and him becoming Venom. It was just so good. Right, go watch Spectacular Spider-Man. It's gotta be my favorite Spider-Man.
I'm looking for that.
So, 2 things. One, we're getting the freshman thing soon, right?
I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's something at some point. Man, yeah. I was thinking.
What if that is what has the thing with Miles Morales, since that's animated too,
I don't know. Why is Miles Morales have to be animated?
I don't know.
Just because of the Spider-Verse movie? He's gonna be a real person. His uncle wasn't animated. Can you imagine Homecoming? Everything's normal, real life, and then his uncle is just animated for some reason. No.
And the uncle is.
I am so glad that this movie was good because we looked forward to it for so long, and I feel like we look forward to.
I wish I didn't watch the trailer because that would have been so cool to see the goblins thing just start rolling.
I think it was something along that. Oh, I think it was when Doctor Strange was doing the spell the first time. You could see the tearing, and you could see outline of one of the villains. And it if you didn't know they were gonna be in it, that would have been so cool to have been oh wow, are they gonna be in this? Are they gonna be in future movies? And then to see them all pile in, damn.
But another thing, this is what I was trying to say in the car. I knew that one died, and I thought Mary Jane died, so I was like, if MJ dies, then I would want that skin.
Didn't die, good skin you up.
But Mary died.
Yeah.
Why would you get it if she died?
Because we won't see her in anything.
I don't really like her. And I really don't like Meg. It's so annoying. And the actor looks way too old.
He lost a lot of weight. No, I was just mentioning.
He looks so old.
Probably.
And isn't he bald? That's not his hair. That's a wig, right? It doesn't look good. It does not look normal. There was some good moments with him though, like a little too heavy-handed. But when he was asking Toby about if he had a friend, and then he says, to Peter, "I will not turn evil."
Yeah, that was funny.
It was good. It was a little dragged on, and I don't know. It could have been slightly better, but I liked it overall. Compared to some of the other stuff, where they tried to be funny, the jokes were not land.
I was so confused when Flash was calling him and he wasn't just like, yeah, Spider-Man, I'll do whatever you want.
Exactly.
I was like, did the spell work? Does he not know that, like...
No, it didn't make any fucking sense.
So, that's part of the beginning that we...
I also don't like that guy as Flash.
Yeah.
Okay.
And where's Eddie? Like, where's the actual Eddie? I guess in the comics he's not. He works with Spider-Man. He doesn't go to high school. But the Spectacular Spider-Man was so good, just fucking copy that. And did you know that Electro in Spectacular Spider-Man is voiced by Itachi?
Oh. In that one, he's got the yellow and green outfit, right?
Yeah.
He was like the first
Because
episode.
it was like his outfit. No, it's like a second or third. Vulture's the first episode.
The Vulture looks so weird and spectacular.
But that's how he is. Like, that's a more accurate version.
And
then
even
the
though I
Homecoming,
watched
like the
Spectacular first, I still like the Homecoming one.
And that's good. You shouldn't be so biased with whatever you knew first.
Mhm.
Let's see. Like, I think Father's really bad with that with songs. If he hears a cover, it's just automatically bad because it's not the original.
Well, I mean, with See the Careless Whisper, that's fine.
I like that one better. I think I did hear it first. There are some.
How do you hear that one?
I've heard that one first. I didn't hear it.
You've never heard the original?
I grew up with Cedar, so where would I heard the original?
Father?
My father was very different than your father. What was I going to look at that? Spectacular
We
Spider-Man.
have the same dad.
Yeah, but mine's smarter. Spectacular. Episode 2. Yeah.
In the second Spider-Man, Toby, I thought the girl that was like the daughter of the guy who owns the rent, the landlord, I thought that was gonna be the Gwen, since we haven't seen her.
Oh, Gwen?
Yeah.
No, she's
But-
in the third one.
Really?
Gwen Stacy's in Spider-Man 3. Very different kind of a character. I'm surprised we still haven't seen Gwen Stacy in MCU.
Yeah.
In Spider-Man Homecoming, when Flash is driving to the prom or whatever, he's got a blonde in the car, and I thought she was gonna be Gwen, and I thought they were gonna like just
Was it the
introduce you to the
reporter?
second one. Huh?
The new-
I don't know, maybe, but it was a blonde, so I thought, oh, okay, here we go. It's gonna be her. And still 3 movies in.
And they'll probably be like, oh, this is Key West, but this is
Gwen Stacy, GS.
this is GS, but it's
Yeah.
Gloria Sullivan.
I go by GS. But that's just good. Maybe they'll just skip it and give us a Gwen, Spider-Gwen. Well, apparently it doesn't actually go by Spider-Gwen. I think that's just the name of the media, but she actually just goes by Spider something. There's also another character in certain media, I think the original comics, where after the spider bit Peter, it went off, bit some girl, and then died. And she gets the same kind of powers, and I think her name is Silk.
Yeah.
Kinda cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely in Naruto, but you gotta tell me what he is in Naruto.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
I guess I'll just look him up. IMDb. Crispin Freeman. He voices Electro. Would you call me? That what? No, the other one. Electro. Yes. Yeah, it says right here. I just looked up his name. It says Itachi. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that he's. He's also in New Justice.
Out of the three, like, love interests, I think my favorite is Gwen Stacy.
Oh, 100%. She's the least annoying. I like her dad too.
Yeah, that was sad.
And then
he was all like, "Hey, stay away from my daughter." And you're like, "Okay,
Okay. 5 minutes later.
never mind."
I don't listen.
You didn't watch Amazing Spider-Man 2. He like dumps her a million times. And then, I stalk you every day. That's a good thing you're handsome. Because between what's his name again? Roy Harper. Who's Roy Harper? Roy Harper is Red Arrow. Okay, so he's Red Arrow.
Can you look up what Spider-Gwen goes by? Can you tell me?
Yeah, sure. I feel like it's
I
Spider,
watched
not
the-
Girl. Spider-Woman is what she goes by.
I watched the thing that's on Disney Plus a couple years ago before it was on Disney Plus. Because one of the voice actors have more than that. And I liked that show. It just had Squirrel Girl and she was really nice. Oh, and that was the first thing I knew Miss Marvel from. That's why.
Wait,
It's like Warriors or something.
was it a
It was
live action?
animated.
Oh, okay. The live action Squirrel Girl was going to be in some show or movie or something, and it got canned. But it was going to be the girl from the AT&T commercials.
Really?
Yeah.
Lily?
Yeah, that's her, the AT&T name, but her real name is like Alana Trump or something like that. And she was in Ghostbusters remake
Like
with
2
all the
seconds?
females. Yeah, she was in it for like 2 seconds. She screamed and then left. And I was like, why isn't she in the fucking movie? She would have been funnier than these people. Two of the cast are funny. Two are not. Two are really
What
annoying.
was I saying? Before AT&T. Squirrel Girl. Do you know about her?
She defeats Thanos in the comics.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'm like, how?
Spider-Man beats the Hulk with a joke. There's a lot of weird things like that in it.
There's a lot of weird things
Time, man.
in the comics too. You should probably. I think it's like the Ultimate or something.
What?
There's this one comic where a lot of weird stuff happens. I think it's called Ultimate. And like, Wanda and Pedro are together. It's like Stanley
It's in Dean/Sam. You know we're brothers, right? That doesn't matter.
Two guys together.
Oh no, it's from the show. Yeah, you'll see. Wait,
That movie is so long. Spider-Man.
no.
Spider-Man.
What? I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah, it's just so boring. You gotta watch it that long.
I like Toby and Andrew, even though I don't really like those movies.
Maybe
This
they
is
were more
specific.
themselves.
And maybe better writers. Maybe they're better actors now. I don't know, but I really enjoyed them a lot more than this. And
It was funny how they had the Uncharted trailer.
yeah, the kids next to me were, "That's Spider-Man."
Did it start? When it started, I was like, did this start? Or
Yeah,
is
wasn't
this
that
a
weird?
trailer?
It just like jumped to the movie.
There was this one intro that someone made that sounded really cool because it had all of them talking and saying like their lines and stuff. I was like, they should have done that.
Toby and Andrew?
And Tom Holland saying like,
No, that would have been terrible. I was surprised that they were in it. That would have sucked if you went and immediately heard them. Because there were people in the theater, you could tell, that didn't know they were going to be in it or not. Which is cool. I've seen a lot of people hiding on the internet. You know, people who clearly have seen the
I
movie
haven't gotten
and didn't talk
anything
about it.
spoiled, so I was happy.
Anything. Didn't get anything spoiled.
Anything. Whenever I saw something Spider-Man, I was just saving it for later.
I had a few things. I accidentally spoiled some of it because I was skipping around the movie accidentally. I like rotated my phone so it zoomed out. And I was like, oh, I gotta click the zoom back in. And my phone was messed up, so it thought I clicked on somewhere else. So I skipped the complete end of the movie. So then I had to like find where I was in the movie. And I skipped to a scene where Andrew Garfield jumps through. I'm like, oh, I guess he's in the movie.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but then I forgot about the thing with the trailer. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was
I saw a fake
Yeah. But it was really cool that they actually got them to do that.
That's probably gonna be one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Andrew Garfield's like, I'm sorry guys, I know it sucks, but I'm not in the movie. I thought he looked kind of strange with the facial hair. Like, I understand Toby's getting old. You can't really do much about that. I mean, they can do CGI stuff like that. They did do that for Doc Ock, and I'm pretty sure.
Willem Dafoe, right?
I don't know.
He looked old in Spider-Man.
Dude, the fucking memes. I'm something of a slice of myself. That stuff was
Oh my
good.
god, when we were watching it, Father was like, oh, that's the thing. I was like, what? Because I didn't know that was meme. He was like, it's legit. I was like, oh, meme?
My favorite of those, though, I've already said this one, is from What If, and it's Norman Osborn, then it's Killmonger's head, and he goes, I'm something of Ultron myself. Takes up this, though. It's great. But they did that
I
meme.
never understood that.
They did that meme.
Wasn't that the one you said twice?
They did that meme, and they kind of did the Spider-Man pointing thing.
Barely. I think they did like something. I don't remember.
They shot webs at each
I
other.
think it was funny how they would talk about this.
Yeah,
How did they make their own webs and stuff? That confusing.
they make it. In Spider-Man Homecoming, they show him making it. I don't remember if they
Like,
do it
does
in
he
the
make it out of chemicals and stuff?
Yeah, it is very strong. In something, no, in Amazing Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure he got it from Oscorp or something. And he just uses it.
I don't remember that.
He takes it from them.
That was weird. They had that one guy, and they were like, "Oh, this guy's evil," and then I can't remember if it's Spider-Man 1 or Amazing. I think it was Amazing because Connors was there, and he was trying to get the. They told him, "Oh, you."
I don't know. You're not giving me enough.
They mentioned it in the pitch movie.
What? Somebody's misled. You think they're an evil character?
It was like Rauji.
No, they never see him again or something like that.
Yeah. I can't remember which movie it was.
Oh, jeez. What are you talking about?
They said that in the pitch movie.
There's a character and he was set up to be a bad guy or something, and they never see him again after that.
Oh, jeez.
That's what the name was!
It was
Doesn't sound like anything.
That's what I heard.
You saying my options are Spider-Man 1 or Amazing Spider-Man 1?
I think it's amazing because someone told him he's got a deadline when they fired him. So it was either one of the fired
I don't know what you're talking about. They talked about in the pitch meetings that Peter was trying to figure out who after his parents and stuff about his parents, and then they just completely dropped that. I guess just comment it later. Figure it out, comment it later.
Dr. Alpha.
I have it out.
You probably had too much sugar.
He's a colleague and scientist and colleague rather, of Kurt Connors. Spider-Man saves this guy from Kurt Connors.
So it's not anything like
I think they did.
That there was this character set up to be a villain, and then
That's what I thought they were talking about, but I could be wrong.
I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure
but
you
they,
guys are
they said
confusing.
something like they mentioned him, but then they didn't show him at all.
I think you're thinking of parents going after the story.
That was one, but then they mentioned these two. They're like, oh, they just like to forget everything.
Anything else in here, please? It was a good movie. I really like that his Spider Sense is like actually normal and one. It was very consistent. One thing I didn't like that they had an opportunity for is Spider-Verse. They like showed that the Spider Sense shows them that they're also Spider-Man, that they can understand the powers. And they didn't really do that. Like they established how MCU Peter has a spider sense now, right? Originally it was the hair thing in Infinity War, like that's it. And then in this one they actually showed like the world slows down a little bit. He has like the distorted
I
sound.
saw that in one of the movies. I was like,
You
oh,
can feel the sense in a certain area. I love it. It's so cool. Yeah. And you know the others have their own versions. They could have shown that, but I don't know. I thought it would have been cool to like their spider sense tells them that hey, that's also Peter. Or anything like that. I do really love that they left Tobey Maguire having the web in him. Like, it's cool that, you know, the Spider-Man can have different powers even though they're all the
I
same
like
person.
how he uses the colors of the spider. And that explains why it's red and blue.
I don't really remember Homecoming's suit being red and blue. I don't remember what it looked like.
It was like a hoodie, I think.
No, you're thinking of the piece of shit outfit. The homemade or whatever. Spider Homecoming. Oh yeah, the Stark suit. It looks too like I don't know, crisp to
Here's our suit.
it's the same one as the Captain America. But no, I really like his new
Right here.
It just looks like a fucking
Okay.
comic come to life.
Alright, here it is.
Okay. So that's Connor's. I don't remember that in the movie at all. I haven't watched it. I remember a lot of dumb things. Like, not only is he not very careful and takes off his mask all the time, he hates having it on. He's fucking careless. He throws the football and like messes up the goalpost. It's like, oh, nobody questioned that. He destroys the backboard. Nobody questions that. It's kind of like in Spider-Man 1 where he's like fighting really well all of a sudden, and everyone's just like, oh, wow, Peter, you did well that fight. But you still suck at that. See ya. It is really weird how Spider-Man 2 doesn't just move into the FA.
has all this money. She doesn't want to do
She has issues too.
Spider-Man things to make money,
$20.
but he'll be Spider-Man to swing around town.
He only had $20.
I don't like.
That was Teresa. I think she was emotional one day, and we had seen the movie recently. He only had $20. Whoever gave her the phone, I don't know how that.
Dude, he gave it straight to the landlord.
I don't know. But I do. I was rewatching someone summarizing it, and I agree with the points that like Aunt May is not how you want Aunt May to be in this Spider-Man 1, 2. She was
I
kind
am
of an
like,
asshole.
yeah, and 2, she's
She was physically abusive to the dude at the bank. Fuck was that?
Kobe was apologizing and telling her what happened, and she like,
She took it away,
Yeah.
and then she comes back later and is like, fuck it, whatever, don't just forget about it. That's not Aunt May. I don't.
I like.
And that's exactly what the guy was saying with you. Cosmonaut. And he was talking about in the first movie, she did something similar-ish. I don't know. But, yeah, no, I don't really like that Aunt May. I think the games do a good representation of you fucking. We gotta finish this. We just gotta.
So I think it's funny how they progressively get younger, and then there's that game too.
Yeah.
And like, Kobe looked like he was 40 in the first movie, and then Spider-Man's like 20 something when he was playing with what?
I would think 40.
30.
You
He
look,
was old.
you look too old. I mean,
And
like,
that's
all the
why I
actors
thought it was
look too
funny
old than
in the pitch meeting. He's like, and all the 30-year-olds were watching.
Yeah. I think Ned looks too
You know
old.
what I mean?
Old MJ.
And it's not that bad. But Gwen is
She's pretty fun.
I think it was cool when Peter was fixing all this stuff with the hologram stuff, and then the
Don't roll your eyes. I mean, it's a
Tom
question.
Holland, and then
Fixing stuff with the holograms. What do you
Green
mean?
Goblin was like so like surprised by it.
Oh, you offered him a job in another universe? That's great.
You're of course.
Wilbo's so good.
And when he switches to the other characters, you can tell.
It's scary.
I like when they do well with alter egos.
Yeah. What are some bad
I haven't even seen it, but I'm gonna guess Venom.
Well, it's two different actors. But how about Shazam? You haven't seen it yet, but it's a really, really great movie. One of my only complaints with that Shazam movie is that Shazam and the boy act so different. Like
So that's the only.
it's kind of like Yugi turning into the Pharaoh. It is not like the boy getting powers and looking different. It's like two different. Yeah, so that's like a bad. Not even really alter ego. It's just supposed to be the same fucking person.
I like the Cruella one.
So that's a different kind of bad acting, where they're supposed to act the same, but they act completely different. So we're looking for something.
The Deans.
Oh yeah, like young beings. Is that what you mean? Okay, so we're looking for an actor who's supposed to play two different roles, and they don't do it very well, and they act basically the same. I mean, I could say that about different movies, where like an actor doesn't act any different. I mean, one example, and it's weird, but the guy from SNL who does all the game show hosts, and he was in Good Burger.
Oh.
He's funny, and I like him in some
I
things,
like him.
but I feel like he's
Wait, the fat one or the skinny one?
No, yeah.
Father is not.
He acts like the same in basically every role he's in. And so that is there an example of a character like that who's supposed to be a split personality, like a Jekyll Hyde thing, but they act not different enough?
I mean, in the first movie of the Spider-Man, no, in Spider-Man 2, Octavius, he
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember, so I'll take your word. Man, in No Way Home,
because like
Willem Dafoe
I
did
can't-
such a good job.
I can't tell if they're trying to make it seem like at some part the arms are talking, or if it's just he's being controlled.
There was something in this one that was weird to me about the arms. Like
It was funny when
he was saying, "You listen to me," but it was like, "Wait, I thought the arms control you." How does that make sense? I thought that was strange. I don't know. I let it go. I was like, whatever. I don't really care for Doc Ock.
in the second movie though, he thanks Peter because he was like, I couldn't do anything. Like at that point, I'm like, okay, so the arms can talk. Or
Well, if you go to the Spectacular Spider-Man, it's great. We should keep going back. The arms are the AI, right? And the guy, like, you know, it basically Bowser in human form, and he gets the arms, then the arms make him like, you know, a villain. And when they aren't working, he's still him. So it's kind of like anyone who's got their body taken over by a villain, like a demon going into someone supernatural, that kind of thing. So
man, that confuses me so much.
what?
I don't know, cause like
You even got some weird stuff.
when what's her face and what's her face are supposed to be the same thing, but it's two different actresses.
Ooh.
I don't remember the name. Bam.
Ruby.
Ruby.
With the blonde and yeah, they don't really act in that place.
Yeah.
That's like the same thing with the Shazam. They're supposed to be the same character. They act. There's another one like that happens. I think it's kind of the same thing. They act two different. I don't know what happened. That one is a very much another one because she takes over like women and little kids. And she's a little kid. She acts like a little kid, which is women. She acts like a woman. It's like, the fuck? It's just weird. Why can't you just be a weirdo the same way throughout? But I think Spider-Man has the best villains of anything. There's so many, and they're so different. Where it's like, I think the biggest debate is who has better villains, Batman or Spider-Man.
I like that.
And you can break them down and compare them. There's a lot of similar-ish ones. Okay, you got the Joker and Green Goblin. I think the Green Goblin's cooler because the Joker is crazy and stuff, but Green Goblin's got
Catwoman is kind
better
of like
technology.
the one chick. Spider-Man.
Black Cat. Yeah, they're very similar. They're not really villains. They're both kind of like anti-heroes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are very similar. It's weird. Basically, what it comes down to is Batman villains are mostly not super villains; they're just villains. Whereas Spider-Man villains have superpowers. You got a dude who can turn to sand. Versus, not exact. I don't remember where I put the present, but just one example is Two-Face. You got a guy who's half crazy. Okay. You got the Riddler. He does riddles. Okay. You got a guy who acts like a penguin. Okay.
He controls the penguins.
What medium? Really? I don't even know if I count those. Anyway,
What about Harley Quinn?
yeah, Harley Quinn's crazy. I like Harley Quinn, and it's not really a good person over, but she's still not a supervillain. She's a villain. And
What
it's-
character is like
Spoil anything for who? About what? What do you spoil? The video is literally spoilers. Who cares?
I don't want to spoil it for you. I want to watch it for him.
What are you telling me?
I'm not gonna say.
Is it the Spider-Man thing or Batman? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I probably already know what you're talking about. Just say it. Before I cover your ear. She's not even paying attention. What are you talking about?
Now she's probably thinking.
Here, cover your ear. And I probably already know it, so just say it.
You probably won't.
Oh my god, just say it. It pisses me off. What?
So, Jinx is a lot like Harley Quinn.
Who's Jinx?
Yeah, exactly.
She's a Spider-Man thing?
I'm just talking about characters that are similar to other characters.
What is she from? Oh, what the?
What does that have to do with it?
We're comparing Batman villains and Spider-Man villains.
Okay, but we're comparing characters that are similar.
No, I'm just.
So I was just
We're talking about Spider-Man though. Who was like Harley in Spider-Man? Like nobody. She's unique, but she's not super. Who is super in Batman? Bane, I'll give you that. But I think the Rhino's better.
Ivy.
Poison Ivy, yes, 100%. Mr. Freeze, 100%.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, and then Killer Croc and the Lizard are basically the same one.
The Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing is not a Batman.
I'm just trying to think of the
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. So we got. Let's go with the actual super ones. There's like Riddler, Two-Face, just throw them in there. So we got Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, who else? Bane. Who else? Anybody else? Batman Super. Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Bane. Okay, fine. So we're just going to include the Lizard and the Direct Bear. Alright, so then, who can we compare them to in Spider-Man? I want to throw Electro on the board in some way. I don't really know who we're directly against. How about we do Electro versus Mr. Freeze, Sandman versus Poison Ivy, and Rhino versus Bane. Okay? I don't know. In all those cases, I like the Spider-Man one's better. It just feels like Spider-Man does similar-ish villains, way better. Or just way better villains. And all the Batman ones, most of them were just kind of assholes. I don't know.
So villains.
It's just villains. But Superman,
Let's
Spider-Man.
go lay down. Go lay down.
The Flash has some good villains too, with like a lot of speedsters. And he's got Captain Cold, who's not as good, Mr. Freeze.
I thought with the Captain Cold video.
It was okay.
Because then
The
he
show
goes
sucks
to
though.
Legends of the
In overall, the show is really, really bad. Their inconsistencies and the Flash's powers and stuff. We're gonna talk about that. It's sad to like go back and see that, but overall, I think the show is better. I think the Flash has a lot of strange. Spider-Man, I don't know, I just feel like it's awesome. We didn't even say Mysterio. I don't really care for him, but that's another Spider-Man villain who not really superpowers, but more technology based. And that's another thing.
He could have been like
Vulture.
a wizard and then had like a fight with Doctor Strange.
That's not who he is, so I'm glad they didn't change it.
I thought he was like that in the
No, it's all bullshit. That's what he does. He
fake illusion.
Mhm. It's fake magic.
Already.
It's fake magic. Illusion. That's what he does.
What is it?
Who else is a villain? Oh, we didn't mention Doc Ock. I don't really care for Doc Ock. But there's just, I don't know, I like Spider-Man too much. Good movie. All three of them in one, so cool. More. Bowser, what is wrong with you?
Bowser, I think go lay down. Go lay down.
Like jumping for joy at nothing. Is there somebody with us? Oh, he looks sad. What did you do? I barely
What
can
you did?
calm down. I'm gonna have to say stuff. We good? Anything else we want to talk about the movie? Did you have to film? I like how
That's a lot.
I'm streaming in there. I'm recording the audio in here.
Imagine the power went out over there.
Only in that room. How would we?
One piece.
Are we still going? No, we're still going. We have one person watching. Hi, one person. Oh, it's a serious. Nope, 78 minutes later. I don't know if you texted no, and then 53 minutes later, he said 78 minutes later. I don't know what that means. Hello. I know I texted him and he said he doesn't know if he'll do it, and I dislike that, and then he didn't respond to that. So saw what he was doing. When did he come in? He did 6 minutes ago. Are you still here? We did Matrix though. It's cool. We got it. Took us a while, but we got it. We can just get those two to front of the inside. That's just a surprise that Christina loves the game so much. Wow, Lily, you did all the talking. I'm not going to say that I talked at all. Alright, I'm hungry. Oh yeah, that one skeleton in the back.
Here's all my loadouts.
Lily, who are you showing? Who? Again, I asked you, who? Yeah, there you go, you figured it out. I tried to set up user 1 for you to stream with, and they were like, okay, user 1 is 14, you can stream in 4 years. Fucking kidding me. It's my AI account. Do whatever I want with it. I tried to
If
get
it's
it.
14 years.
I guess when I made it, I set it as,
9, 7. If it's 14,
Seven.
it's 0
7, yeah. Hey man, shut up. Hi, I've been here the whole time. Sorry, we couldn't see the comments because we were out in the living room. And you didn't call me or text me or anything to let us know that you were even watching or listening. You've been here the whole time. You didn't fucking comment about anything except for no, and 78 minutes later. You could have commented over time. What is your problem? One point a few minutes ago, I was talking to the phone.
I saw that.
Oh yeah? Well, because yesterday we were on the phone with them, alright?
That was
I'm tired. We gotta thank Mark for letting us all see this together. Tomorrow's Tuesday the 21st. It's almost Christmas, so we
He
can do
called
shopping.
Mark to tell his son Mark that we are thinking.
Hey Mark, it's Mark. Calling about Mark's party. What am I getting out of it? Alright, how about this?
Hold on, please. I've been playing Rock Band while watching, and this is totally the first time I'm reading this. Gotcha. I don't know if you get.
I don't know if it's right next to this.
It's almost the exact same place.
But you said it wasn't
Jesus
available.
started voice chat with you. Jesus!
You said it wasn't available.
No, the other one wasn't available. The other one that wasn't available was
I thought I heard his voice. I heard you muted. I was like, who said that? I was like, he's not even part of it.
Did he join?
Did he join the fight? Stay down here. And then it's going to count the question and happen.
Here, just summon him.
I mean, we're going to wrap this up. I owe for actual now. Oh, yeah, you.
Backing up.
My take you. Really level 35.
That's a sushi. I tried to send you an invite and it said party invite failed. I don't know if that was yours or something else. Should have just sent it. Party invite sent. Looked like it said that and it looked like it said failed or something. Yeah, it does. Failed to send. Okay, well, let me see when it even get here. You got a picture of it, right? It's on Thursday. It would come Thursday if we were right now. So, I guess talk to him just you know, tonight or something. Yeah, this is, we're gonna get off now anyway, but if you want to play something, I'll get on. Lily's going home, I need to eat dinner. Shouldn't even get to talk to us about it, now it's have to leave. Maybe we'll do a part 2, where we kind of review whatever else they want to talk about. Build off kind of stuff. But
That'd probably be good.
it's still good, the 3 of us. You know, is that where we are? No, Tinsel was with us too. He's in Silver. Silver's very good. No, they're like only 3. Yeah, something like that. Oh, seriously. Oh, he just joined. Voice channel alert. I am in a... No, I'm not in a party chat. Am I good? Should be good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can I hear me?
I can hear you.
I meant to turn down the music before we started streaming and talking, and I did not. So the music is a little overpowering this entire stream, but whatever, I guess. As long as you can understand us.
I can hear you.
Could you hear us throughout the video, like, just fine?
Yeah, I was watching the whole time, sounds fine.
Okay, cool. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop the stream, eat something, and then we could play whatever if you're up.
Yeah, maybe.
I do have to get up really early in the morning, but other than that, I don't care. Alright.
Yeah, no worries. Do your
Until
thing.
next time, night talk.